back to the channel. What's up, Indian trainers? Today we are going way back to the roots of Pokemon TCG. We are starting at the very beginning with the first set ever released and working our way through the decades of evolution in this awesome card game. From the original base set to today's cutting edge Scarlet and Violet, there's so much to cover. So grab your favorite deck and let's go on this journey through Pokemon TCG history. Alright, let's kick things off with the base set. The first ever Pokemon TCG set, released back in 1996 in Japan and in 1999 in the US. Now, this was the start of it all, introducing us to some of the most iconic Pokemon ever, like Charizard, Blastoise and Venusaur. At the time, it wasn't just a card game, it was a cultural phenomenon. The base set is really special because it laid the foundation for the entire game. These cards were pretty simple by today's standards, but back in the day they were revolutionary. Everyone wanted the Charizard, which is still one of the most sought after cards in the game today. It's crazy to think that a Charizard in mint condition can go for hundreds of thousands of dollars now. Today's video we'll be using the price charting app. So this app shows the prices of any Pokemon collection or cards from any sets, and this compiles a list from last sold from eBay as well as the general market price. So I use this app to check the Pokemon prices of any of the cards that I want to. I feel that this is the best app which has most accurate data. So let's check out this Charizard base first edition, for example. As you can see, there's a first edition logo and it's shadowless, and also you can see the years of printing. So let's check out the price graph for this one. So these cards are going for about, as you can see, multiple thousands, around $4,000, $2,000 in some of the sales. So, and at a PSA 10, it's going for around $224,000. So yes, this is one of the most sought after cards in Pokemon history. After base set, we got the Jungle and Fossil sets, both released in 1997. These sets expanded the roster, introducing more Pokemon like Scyther, Eevee and Kabuto. But these weren't just about new creatures. They also added some new gameplay mechanics like the concept of rare holos and special trainer cards. Jungle was the first set to introduce non-starter Pokemon as holographic rares, and Fossil brought some of the first Team Rocket cards with dark versions of classic Pokemon like Dark Charizard and Dark Golbat. The game was really starting to find its rhythm at this point. In 2024, if you want to buy a booster box of this, costs around $12,500, and just one single pack costs $500 because it has the first edition print. You can see the Snorlax, the first edition copy. Such a beautiful card. It has the stamp, and that is the logo for Fossil. This card is number 11 from this set, and a PSA 10 of this copy, a gem mint, costs about $8,000 in the current market. And these prices are not just random numbers, they've been taken from last sold eBay listings or different listings. So yeah, these are the current prices. Next up, we have Wizards Black Star promo set. This was a series of promotional cards released during the early years from 1999 to 2001. The black star refers to distinctive black star symbol found in the lower right corner of each of the cards. These cards were not part of any regular sets like base or jungle set. They were promo cards given away at events through special purchases and sometimes through even magazine subscriptions or tournaments. So the Black Star promos were special because they weren't available in booster packs. They were given out as rewards or exclusive items in various promotions. Some of the cards were given away at Pokemon League events, while others were included with Pokemon video games and even the movie tie ins. These promos became highly sought after, and many of them are now considered some of the most valuable cards in the entire Pokemon collection. The Fossil set was released in October 1999 in North America following the success of the base set and jungle expansion. It introduced 62 cards into the TCG and it was centered around fossil Pokemon, those ancient species that could be revived from fossils like Kabuto, Omanyte, and Aerodactyl. One of the things that made this set so exciting was that they introduced some fan favorite Pokemon including Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres, the legendary birds, which quickly became some of the most iconic cards. Now let's go through some prices. So a booster box of this first edition goes for about $12,300 and a booster pack at around $300. And let's check out one of the most iconic cards, the Dragonite. So this is the first edition stamp and this card is number 4 out of 62. So let's see the price graph of this one. So this at a PSA 10 can be bought at about $4,800. And let's check out some more cool cards from this. This is one of my favorite Pokemon of all time, the Gengar. So I would really love to have this as part of my personal collection. So the Gengar first edition is going for about $3,223 in PSA 10. Next up we have the base set 2. This set was released in 2000 as part of the ongoing effort to keep the TCG alive during the second generation of this franchise. It was essentially a reprint of the iconic base and jungle set with the same artwork and card mechanics. However, there are a few important differences that set base set 2 apart from its predecessors. For one, the base set 2 features a new set symbol, a small red circle with the number 2 in it. The cards also have the same set number starting with 2 instead of the base set's original 1 series. Additionally, some of the cards in base set 2 were slightly altered. For example, the base set 2 versions of Charizard, Venusaur and Blastoise feature a different font for their card names, and the hollow pattern on the reprints was a little more subdued compared to the original. These subtle changes can be important for collectors looking for the original versions of these iconic cards. talk about one of the most iconic sets of the early days, Team Rocket. Released in 2000, this set was a game changer, not just in terms of the cards, but in the way it shifted the tone of the game. This was the first set to introduce Dark Pokémon, more villainous versions of the classic creatures. You could get cards like Dark Charizard or Dark Blastoise, which added a darker and more complex element to the gameplay. This set also introduced the concept of energies being attached to Pokemon as a resource to use their moves, which became a foundational aspect of the game strategy. So the booster box costs around $12,500 as of today in 2024. And the first edition booster pack around $345. Now let's check out some of the dark versions of our favorite Pokemons. There's going to be a reprint, not exactly reprint, there's going to be a new set featuring the Team Rocket next year. So let's see the Dark Charizard. It has the Team Rocket R symbol, and you can see number 4 out of 82, and it also has the edition 1 stamp. I think the hollow pattern on this is almost similar to the previous ones. And that wraps up our deep dive into the analysis of the first set released by Pokemon. Hopefully you enjoyed exploring the history, standout cards and market insights with me. Whether you're looking to complete your collection or just curious about the value of some of these classic cards, I hope you found it helpful. But hey, this is just the beginning. If you enjoyed this analysis, don't forget to like, subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss a new video. We've got plenty more set breakdowns, card price updates and TCG news coming your way. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. I also love to hear about your thoughts. What's your favorite card from this set? Are there any other sets you'd like me to dive into? Drop a comment below and let's keep this conversation going. As always, thanks for tuning in and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, keep collecting and catch 'em all.